Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Misanthropekraft. This is episode 25. We're back at it again and again. So, what are we doing this time? I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to try and fix Sword Mansion, which is going to entail tearing it down. We're gonna shuffle. I don't know what we're gonna get. I'm not sure if we'll be able to fit this in, but let's see. A haiku? Yeah, we can totally write a haiku. I like doing that. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna get to that. So, not a reroll. I don't know. That's gonna go back in the box, but we will write a haiku at some point. So, I did watch a pretty cool video about building houses and structures. It did get me kind of inspired, and I want to do this before I lose the vim to do it. So I will meet you up there, and we're gonna tear that down, and I will talk to you. Let's go. Here we are. I think we're gonna tear this all down and just start fresh. I might leave the tower, but I'll probably leave Sword Hall over there. That's actually okay. But it's a blessing and a curse because I do feel like this structure was not that great to begin with. So it will be good to remodel it. There's so much other stuff I would rather do than like do something I've already done, you know? But I do want to make like some bigger and cooler builds, and that's just a matter of practice. I was watching some of my videos back, like the last one kind of bummed me out, man. It was really disheartening and frustrating because I've been tinkering around with the settings a lot, and it's just I can't seem to get the fidelity of the video to come out how I want. The content, you know, I can work on. You know, that's just something. It just takes time, and I'm really on a quest to make an actual quality video. But it just seems every time I try to do something to improve it, it just doesn't work. And I think that's just like a hardware limitation on my part. That's why it's so frustrating. But enough Eorin jabbering. We've got our work cut out for us. I might time lapse some of this getting torn down. I might not. Let's get to it. It occurred to me I didn't really show like a before. You know, I took the roof off of this, but everything in here, man, like this is what it looked like. Let me show you a picture from a little further away. Yeah, look at that. I think I will pull that tower down too. Look what's going on with my text too. You guys see that? Like, what's the deal with that? It's crazy. It really worries me because I do like this world. I don't want to get to like corrupted or something. Let's keep going, I guess. I'm up here on top of the world. One thing I did notice last episode when I was building those tunnels down there, I was gonna use a bunch of wool for those walls, and like I do get some wool from the sheep farm down there, but it wasn't nearly enough. Like it looks like a lot in the double chest, but at the end of the day, if you're doing any kind of like big build, man, like I'm gonna have to like industrialize my sheep farm. So that's gonna be another project. I just got reminded of that up here on this flag. I thought the sky looked cool too. We're way up here. All right. I just finished tearing Sword Mansion down. I did leave Sword Hall. For now, I think I'll leave it. I need to work on that wall on that side. I don't know, the structure of it is just weird to me. But I actually stayed up really late to finish this. I want to have a fresh start when I wake up in the morning and the creative juices are flowing. But with that, let's build something neat and cool. All right, good morning, guys. I am back. I've actually been growing birch trees. I forgot where I put all my saplings, so just trying to re-up on those. But I do have this laid out. Let me show you. Like, of course, I'm gonna link. There are a couple videos that give me the inspiration for this, and I'm kind of following this guy's process here. But I will link that below. But this is it. That's gonna be our entryway here. I've got stuff like the white here is the structure of Sword Mansion, and then we've got the blue that's going to be like add-ons to kind of break up the monotony of the structure. That red over there is going to be towers, and this is just going to be like pillars on the front for like detail. But that's just like the rough outline. I wanted to spare Sword Hall, but I've been working around it, and I don't think it's gonna fit right. It's actually kind of probably throwing off the proportions of this. But I'm going to build this up and see how it looks. We might have to remodel that too. But without further ado, let's get building. I've been working on the structure of the first floor. Ooh, I think we're already... yeah, I think that's off on the Y, so we'll fix that. But I'm gonna have to tear this down. Like it's just too weird trying to fit this in. It sucks, but we'll light some candles for Sword Mansion and Sword Hall, you know. Let's keep trucking. I've got Sword Hall torn down now. I'm not sure. Like I can see this. I can visualize in my head. This part is weird. This will be Sword Hall, you know, 2, as this is Sword Mansion 2. But the shape of it is like flipped. It used to be long way this way, now it's that way. So I'm gonna focus over here. We'll come back to that. You know, maybe I'll sleep on it and, you know, I'll be able to visualize it better. But this is all framed out. I've got the second floor framed up. The towers are good to go. Like that one is gonna go straight down. I'm not sure if I'll cut this one off. We're gonna have to totally redo the coastline here. But that's fine. I was gonna redo that esplanade anyway. Oh, let me show you outside real quick. I'm trying to keep this one not 40 minutes, you know. I remember the first time I did Sword Mansion, like it was so long. But I'm just framing stuff up. These are those pillars I was talking about. Like the front here this is gonna be kind of like an antebellum architecture. If you guys aren't familiar with that like nomenclature, like antebellum, it's like before the war, before bellum, war. It's mostly like Southern architecture, you know, before the Civil War. The front facade is finished. I like it. That top part didn't quite come out how I liked, and I messed around with those pillars like a whole bunch. Like you can't even see this when you're close up. Oops. There we go. I kind of want to change around the porches too. See. It's cool though. I'm gonna move on. There's a bunch of stuff to do. We're gonna try and work on this side next. All right, I have spent so much time trying to get the roof on this right. See, I was messing around with that one too. I switched over to the Nather brick, but I'm gonna move on. I want to keep building up the structure. That's mainly what I'm doing. I want to get the structure of this set up, and we can go back and mess with that later. Cause I don't like that much. That one's okay. I don't really like this overhang here too. But I want to build this tower up, and I'm gonna work on. There's an observation deck over there, and then we'll add on another story. Let's go. Here we are. That's the observation deck there. I'm gonna X out some of that wood back there, so it's not going to be like a, I don't know, wood wall behind that. Built that tower up too. I do like these like structural supports and that like crossbar. I experimented around with a bunch of different blocks. Not sure about the deep slate down there. I'm gonna have to go mine some smooth stone. I'm gonna do that at the Cave of Wander. I like that was the whole point of building it. Um, but before I do that, I'm gonna clean up this stuff. Like, I want to get like some ground below this so I can like see it better. Like, look at this. There's no floor at all. Before I do that, I just wanted to show you this. Yeah, that's all. I'm gonna have to move that. Daggone. Yeah, so I got all those just for the 2 mending books I have. That's not even all. The whole reason I started working over here, like with the smelter and stuff, I was gonna like update this like dock and that fishing hut, but I guess that project shuffler got me pretty sidetracked, and we just started doing crazy stuff. So I'm gonna tear that dock down and rebuild that, so it's a little easier for me to fish. I do want to get some more mending. There it is. Yeah, man. You don't know like the elation I get when I pull up like a book out of the ocean. And it's just, I'm always so crestfallen when it's not mending. Anyway, I'm gonna get that taken care of over there. As basic as this little fishing hut was, I really liked it. We spent a lot of time over here. I didn't, of course I didn't record it. I was just like idled out over there fishing, and I just built this to sleep and drop my stuff off easier. But it's got to come down. We can always rebuild it. I just want to move on. Build something bigger and better, something we can be like really proud of. Anyway, onwards. Check that out. It's a pretty heavy-handed. Would you call that terraforming? I guess. I guess technically. I'm not gonna detail this. That's gonna be a whole separate project. But let me show you, like, actually inside there. It's actually kind of trippy. It's good to be able to like look at the actual structure of this as it like sits on the ground where it's supposed to be, and having extended that out, there's more room to work with Sword Hall on that side. But hold on, let me get closer in there. Okay, here we are. Yeah, look at this. Sword Mansion is like right up here, so we could probably do something cool down here. I don't know what we might be able to do. Like maybe some transparent right there, and we could have like a cool like faux cave, or just like a giant expanded basement. That could be cool, because like when I went through and did this, it really kind of messed up my like chest system here. And it's getting kind of full. Like, I've not used that side. This side is getting pretty full. But we'll figure it out. We got stuff to do. I woke up this morning and I was gonna do like some maintenance before I got started like building again. Cause we were kinda running low on beef and some of the lumber. I've been using a lot, as you can see, a lot of wood on that. So, and I realized when I first started, I had some wolves. I should have gone and secured them a long time ago, because I thought they had like despawned or were killed, but I found that one. So now we have. How do you breed these? You give them steaks. Anyway, we've got some pets now. Yeah, it's steaks. We got the wolf pack started. All right, you guys. Look at this. I can trade a bucket of water for 2 what and get like a cherry, dude. This is crazy. I had no idea you could do this. We got 6 emeralds. Boom. Cherry sap. What's up? I should probably quit killing these guys and actually look at what they're trading. Like I could totally get. I've been wanting spruce and dark oak for like so long, so long. Let's get this planted. I wonder what the ratio of saplings these things drop, because sometimes jungle trees don't drop like they'll drop like a negative yield of saplings. You know. Wow, that was really lucky. Holy cow. Yeah, he despawned. I was trying to trap him so I could just like farm him for emeralds. But that's wicked awesome. I'm glad I know that now. I just hope that cherry sap over there yields some more saps. I might have jumped the gun a little bit buying that. I could have just like, you know, sat tight and actually picked up a spruce or a dark oak. We've still got one emerald to spend, so hey, you know, I'm pretty jazzed about that. All right, I had to come down here to write a haiku about that. We found a new tree. Feels ever so very free. A good day for me. Nailed it. And that's a fish from my fishing hut when we tore it down. It was like a marker or a decoration or something, but I decided to keep that. I couldn't bring myself to throw it away or put it in a chest with all the other ones. But with that, we'll throw this other emerald up here too. Boom. Hey, this is actually a pretty good day, alright. I think we should be just fine getting a sap on this. I looked it up, and you do get an increased chance to drop saps from trees with Fortune 3. So, with that, alright, so I just mined a little bit off of the side there, and I've already gotten 4 saps. When I started this world, I'm so many updates behind. Like, I've never even built with this cherry wood. I don't even know what it looks like. For the uninitiated, which is probably anybody watching this, I'm like trapped in this world border, and like I've only had oak, birch, jungle. I was so lucky getting that jungle too, and the crimson stems. I actually haven't used the crimson stems a whole bunch. I was about to start working on Sword Mansion again. That's why I got them out. I was gonna try and mess with them, but we've gotten completely and utterly sidetracked with this pink. Huh. Interesting. I like it. That actually would probably go really nice with the birch. Let's take a look at that real quick. We're gonna have to mess with it. I do think too I'll probably use the cherry trees as an ornamental like accent too. I'll probably do that a lot actually. Anyway, I woke up to try and like knock out building Sword Mansion. I've just spent like probably an hour and a half like feeding cows and getting steaks and getting wood and stuff. So let's get back to that. Away we go. I just finished building this. It's like a 2-floor observation deck, so you can look at the window there obviously, but there's like you can't see it from here, but there's dirt up there, so we're gonna plant like a garden on top of there in the future. So now I'm gonna finish. There's like there's gonna be a 3rd floor there. We're gonna put that on, and I want to try and get a roof on this. Like I'm getting a little fatigued playing Minecraft. I've really been pushing myself on this one. I've not built something like this on this scale or anything like this. So, like I said, I'm gonna try and get a roof on this, or we're starting to run out of time. I want to get this edited and uploaded and take a bit of a break. So, let's proceed. I got that roof on there. It's all right. It's like I said earlier. It's just the structure that I'm working on. What do you think of that though? I was trying to do like a gradient between the purple, pink, and I guess birch. Maybe if I expanded it like over here. Overall, it's cool, I guess. It's something different, something interesting. But I'm almost done here. We're missing one thing though. There we go. I had to re-add the sword. You know, it's not Sword Mansion without the classic pixel sword. Yeah, nailed it. Let me show you a different perspective of Sword Mansion. We're a ways away up on this creeper farm, but it's an interesting perspective of Sword Mansion up here. I do like that gradient. There's a lot of blocks going on there. I didn't finish those towers up either. I was actually kind of running low on the stone. I had a huge surplus of blocks before I started building this. I still do to an extent. But I think I'm going to call it there. I want to head down to the office and wrap it up there. Really need to go back and finish this door now that I have slime. Here we are. There's a few things I want to do in here. This right here is the big one. I want to see what this looks like. Transformative. I thought about taking an extra week and just totally finishing up Sword Mansion, but I like to keep these videos shorter. And it's like there's so much left to do on Sword Mansion. You know, I didn't even get to those towers, and like there's a bunch at the base right there, and like Sword Hall. It's gonna take forever. I feel like I have been better at having more concise clips, but this has been like a really eventful week. I feel like this is gonna be pretty long just in general. I'm gonna have a couple of videos linked below. The first one I drew heavily upon building Sword Mansion here. It's a really good video. If you're trying to make like some unique houses, definitely check that out. And I feel kind of weird asking people to subscribe to this channel. I feel like if you like it, you know, you're gonna subscribe either way. But I do want to say, like, leaving comments, that does like really make my day. You know, something constructive. And if like somebody knows what's going on with my text here, please by all means let me know. That's it for me though, guys. I will catch you on the flippity flop. Thanks for watching. Take care.